till lose 널 좋아한다고 라따따따 울린 심장.
Hi, you already know my name here. And welcome to another year in K-pop music. After last year ended on such a good note, I was kind of worried for this year. My expectations are high and I'm afraid that could hinder my enjoyment with this year's releases. But I guess this year started off alright. Anyhow, I'll be making some changes for this year's monthly reviews. First things first, I will not be reviewing songs that I don't care about at all. I'll only be touching on songs that I have something to say about. If there are 10 songs I liked, then I'll include 10 songs. If 5, then 5. And if 1, then only 1. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point though. I don't want to waste time reviewing songs that I don't like, which means my reviews will be a little more in-depth and creative than normal, and I hope you don't mind. We have another long year ahead of us, and I'll gladly begin this journey with y'all, starting off with the month of January.
I want you to hear me say moonlight, sunrise, baby come be my starlight. Moonlight, sunrise, baby just to make you say sunrise.
It's pretty mid. Not painfully bad mid, just very mid. I won't compare it to previous title tracks since it's not one, but we did have pre-releases before and they were better attempts in my opinion. What a pre-release must do is hype you up for the main track and album. But right now I am not feeling any type of excitement for this comeback. The song on its own is quite good, nothing particularly bad, but also nothing outstanding enough to talk about it much. I know I said somewhere before that Twice's music is getting more basic as time goes, and I'm afraid I'm turning out to be right. I mean, yes, their music is more toned down now than how it was back then, but we were still getting good to great tracks along with it. This one though might just not be one. Nothing wrong with being basic as long as it's good. But god am I very uninterested with this song and comeback. Hopefully the main track itself has much more depth to it, because we all know that they can do much better than this. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that the main comeback has much more to offer. But still, song itself is pretty okay at best. 7.1 out of 10.
Got that vibe, baby. 해뜰 때까지 look at me, look at me, look at me much. Look at me, look at me, no, we got that.
The song ain't much, but I enjoy it. I guess you could say I can vibe with it. I never expected it to be something over the top. What I was expecting and honestly wanted was a chill song. I mean, yes, I would have loved if they tried something more crazy, but I can't hate this either. This is more of a duet than it is a feature from Jimin. And just like some people, I think Jimin's voice can sometimes sound out of place. But in this song it fits well. Of course Taeyang sounds great as always, so what else can I say? The song may come off as boring, but on a good day this sounds alright. If this comes on shuffle I really wouldn't mind at all. There's nothing else I can say about the song cause that's pretty much it. It's simply a fun way to start the year. 7.4 out of 10. It's a pretty solid song in my opinion. Okay, let me just address this real quick. Yes, I know this is a full Japanese group not singing in Korean. But they got every reason to be here. It is very obvious that their audience aren't J-pop fans nor Western fans, but rather K-pop stans. I'm only saying this because people in my comments keep asking why do I keep adding them into these K-pop videos. K-pop isn't just a music genre in Korean. If you haven't been paying attention, it's pretty much an industry at this point, and XG are a part of that. Anyways, back to the review. With 100% honesty, I would absolutely not care about this song if it were released by a Western artist. And I'm also 100% sure y'all wouldn't as well. That being said, I like the song. Not my favorite from them, but still liked it. I will defend this song for now, cause I don't think the rap part necessarily ruined it. In my opinion it gives the song even more flavor. And why are we even surprised? They've been doing that with all their songs. It's basically textbook XG at this point. The auto-tune turns me off as well, but it ain't that much of a problem. The only problem here is that it's quite outdated sounding. Also very Western if you consider that a problem. But other than that I think it fits them well and I can see myself getting down to this. Again, not my favorite, but it's welcome to my playlist. 7.6 out of 10. Music video was so good though, not gonna lie. Signature will release a song once a year and leave you alone to think about what sound they are about to do next. After Boyfriend I didn't really look into or care about these girls. They kind of just disappeared for a year and finally they're back. I fucking loved Boyfriend and their debut, so I guess you could say I was mildly interested for this comeback. And it was cute. Very K-pop I feel. Last year was full of ambitious and crazy sounding K-pop songs, and I was kind of worried we'd be losing this kind of sound amidst all the revolutionary songs out there. I don't mind new refreshing music and styles, but I also didn't want this kind of K-pop to disappear. So it was really nice to see songs like these still being made. Serotonin K-pop is a style that carried K-pop for a long time, and it would be sad for it to just be gone. These songs automatically lifts up your mood, and that's the beauty of it. Nothing wrong with a little positivity in your life, right? But even so, it is still your pretty average K-pop song, so I won't praise it that much. The vocals did carry though, because one thing about Signature is that they know how to sing, so that's a plus for me. Hopefully they come back more than just once a year, cause I don't think these songs are good enough to wait for a year. I'd like to see them in the summertime. I think that would fit them. But for now, 7.7 out of 10. Something tells me this year's title tracks will be a lot chiller than usual, and I'm kinda interested. I may not always be a fan, but I do appreciate it when K-pop artists go for a more laid-back title track. Because we all know this industry runs on high-energy pop songs, so seeing these makes me believe that they are doing it for the arts rather than the charts. Well, of course the arts won't always get you money, brand deals or awards, but I love it when I see artists try other sounds to diversify their art and themselves. Always trust Yena when it comes to diversity. I was really worried that we were getting a Smiley 3.0, like really worried. Cause Smiley was a one-time thing, and if you did that for the rest of your career people will definitely get tired of it. But this is Yena we're talking about, arguably the most versatile member of the now dead group izone. You may rest in pieces. No, but seriously, we always knew she had it in her, it was just a matter of when. She does fit this sound very well, and I hope she does more of it. It's a side of Yena that I'm sure she was really aching to show us. Just from her first year alone you can tell she's capable of many things. Being izone's main rapper, I won't be surprised if she goes hip-hop for the next few comebacks. Yes, it could be hard for outside fans to get into her since her sounds vary a lot, but one thing's for sure, Yena will not leave you bored. 7.8 out of 10. I'm really curious to see what she'll do next.
The devil said, give me more, give me more.
Oh, how I wish this were two different songs instead. For a second they made me believe this was a full-on summer song. It was so fucking good until that chorus came and left me dismayed. I love me my anti-drops, but not always do they hit right. Now I guess it's too early to say this song is bad. It's literally been hours for me since release. But I'll tell you one thing though, I would have preferred if we stayed with the vibe of the rest of the song that isn't the chorus. Like I said, this would have been so good if it were two different tracks. Such good verses and a great pre-chorus just for the song to completely flip on itself. Subverting expectations is a hard thing to do. There's a really thin line of leaving your listeners in shock and totally leaving them underwhelmed, and I'm afraid this song leans more to the latter. Though it's not the worst anti-drop ever, I've still definitely heard much better ones. The last chorus did hit very nice though, so I guess that's a plus. I'd like to think of this as the modern day version of EXO's Coco Bop. Both summer and tropical themed songs with a giant pill to swallow, with that pill being their choruses of course. TXT I love you and all, but what's happening here? I'm only this critical to them because I know what they are capable of, and sadly this one was just slightly below expectations. 8.4 out of 10. I don't know, the potential was really great and I feel like they let it down just like that. But it does have room to grow, so I won't be too harsh on it.
자연스레 make it right, yeah. Story 가진 그런
I liked Step Back a lot and love this one even more. It's basically the same song, same girl boss feelings, and I can't really complain about that, cause I'm a sucker for that shit. And I don't know about y'all, but I loved the switch up or whatever you call it. I personally think it fits very well and elevates the song much higher than it is. In fact, it's my favorite part of the track. It flows naturally, unlike some switch-ups out there. That bAeby part, easily the best part of the song. Having 7 of the biggest stars in K-pop could be overwhelming, but it doesn't feel like that with this group. Each one of them played their part perfectly without sounding like they're trying too hard. The song is in your face, but not too close. It's perfectly balanced in my opinion. I guess one problem I have with it, and to be honest it doesn't even relate to the song itself, but they seem to put a lot of effort into this group. And hey, I'm not complaining. I love seeing K-pop's most talented women getting good treatment. But I'd still rather see SM spend that time and resources with groups that are actual set groups. They're almost like a female version of NCT U, and their original groups are the NCT subunits. I hope they do it less to make it more of a special event. And let's give that time, budget and energy to your actual groups, thank you. But other than that, this was a bigger serve than whatever Step Back was, and I enjoyed that a lot too. One more thing. There is something about SM's production lately that I have not been feeling at all. I don't know exactly what the problem is just yet, but I will tell you there is something off. But that's another video for another time. So for now, I enjoy this song. 8.7 out of 10. They can step on me.
차가운 그 눈빛 날 갖고 놀듯이 묘한 듯 끌리지 꺼버릴 수 없는 beautiful eye.
Okay, this one surprised me a lot. I was not expecting anything for this comeback, because lately, and by lately I mean for almost 2 years now, Monster X title tracks have been on a steady decline. My interest for each one got lower and lower until it was almost gone. Which was sad, cause I used to love their songs a lot, with some I consider to be some of the best in K-pop, with this song included. Okay, maybe a little too early to say, but immediately this became one of my faves from them. The song is so fucking clean, isn't it? When I think Monster X, I think of very masculine music. Their previous songs show that aggressive side of men, which in my opinion got old and wasn't that interesting anymore. So this style coming from them is very much appreciated. Even the structure of the song was quite interesting and I really liked that. At first I couldn't tell where the chorus was until the song ended, and I had to repeat it countless times to find out, and that's where it hit me. Man, I think I just like this song a lot. I don't know about you, but this felt very different, like actually interesting to listen to. I'm sorry if I'm just spazzing words right now, but I'm just excited by the fact I'm liking a Monster X song this much for the first time in forever. This change, if you can even call it a change, was long overdue. 8 years into their career, a little experiment will not hurt at all. 9 out of 10. These are men making real men music right here, and I love that a lot. Will always leave it up to 80s for giving us consistently good music. Even if I'm not always the biggest fan of their releases, the grind will never be left unnoticed. I've been following this group since debut and they've always remained consistent with their unique style. They've kept it all these years and evolved along with it, and it will honestly never get old for me. Halazia is different from their previous titles, yet not unrecognizable as an 80s song. This is a song has a great example of a good anti-drop chorus. A song with a bad anti-drop is one that betrays you, completely ruining the immersion you had built with the verses. Now a good anti-drop will never do that. A good anti-drop will expand that immersion you had and leave you in a place that's untouchable till the song ends. It's really effective and makes the song a much better experience. I like it when groups get heavy with the concept, like they're actors playing in a movie. To me that's very cool, and goes to show another layer in K-pop other than just good music and performances. Because with songs like these you gotta play the part, or else you wouldn't really sell the feeling of the song to the listener. And 80s has always been good at doing that. It's one of their biggest strengths as a group, and that's what separates them from their peers. 9.1 out of 10. 80s, I love you, and I really hope to see y'all on stage someday.
이 노래는 it's about you baby Only you 내가 힘들 때
I was planning on not adding OMG on the list just because I have nothing else to say for this song. I mean, what else hasn't been said about it? People who like it say it's refreshing, fun, and addicting. And for the people who don't like it, they say it's too basic, too bland, too normal. And I absolutely agree with both sides. I mean, the song has nothing much going for it, but fuck, why am I still listening to it like it's the only song in the world? No, cause really this is the most normal song ever, and yet it's still too good. It's almost like anything labeled New Jeans will get stuck in my head for some odd reason. It's basically magic if you think about it. I'm about to put up the worst analogies ever made, by the way, cause I honestly have no other way to review this song. Let's grab a random thing that is basic. Let's say a plain white t-shirt. Boom. Literally the most normal thing ever made. Now let's add New Jeans, and oh my god, it's perfect. They take something that's already pretty nice and upgrades it ever so slightly, and the end result is something the same but different, yet a little better. Let's try an iPhone this time. iPhones are basically the same thing every year. Same specs and same prices, but let's add a 1 to that number, and boom. Same old phone with a little more glitter, yet people will still line up to buy it as if it was the most innovative thing Apple has created. Why is that? Because they're great devices and you can't deny that. A slightly better camera, a mildly brighter screen. It was already good and it just got a little upgrade. So technically speaking it is better. It's stuff that are already good, yet just slightly better. Yes, there it is. That's how I feel about their music. You ask anyone in the world what type of music do they like, and they'll most likely answer with different genres or artists, but the base of it all will always be good music. Nice, listenable, and enjoyable songs for everyone. That's the kind of music New Jeans make, and you can never beat that. This ain't my favorite New Jeans track. I do like Ditto a lot and I think that song is perfection, so I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. But fuck, even a 10 isn't that far off, because objectively speaking there is nothing wrong with this song. No matter how much I nitpick, it's still a good song. If K-pop was a competition, which it already kind of is, New Jeans is definitely winning. Heck, they might not even be in it, cause their only competition right now are themselves. They make music that anyone in any part of the world can enjoy. And the best part is they know that they are good at doing it, so they are basically unstoppable. Congrats to New Jeans for doing what everyone else is doing, just a bit better. I have a feeling 2023 will be a fascinating year, and I'm eager to see what happens then after.
My heart is blowing up so I can't sleep at night.